Good morning. Here I am again in my park in my favorite spot, having meditated. Yeah, brain was going like crazy this morning. I just wanted to check in again and share in a very raw way, unrehearsed, whatever flows through here, the work I'm doing in this moon cycle, which is the very last moon cycle of this journey year, as I call it. It ends on November 22nd. It's the 12th moon cycle. And it is about a direction shift in our lives, shifting from suppressing our love in here and then out here, to liberating our love. And for me, that's the lover archetype. And I had sort of a jaw-dropping moment about 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was just a week ago. Time is so right now. But the lover is, the weakness of the lover is pleasing others at the risk of losing your own identity, to be loved. And the lover, the fear is that we will be unwanted, unloved, alone. The desire is for intimacy, quote, intimacy, and experiences in life. The goal is to be in relationship with the people, surroundings, and work that we love. And what I got to see is that I actually suppress my love by choosing to be alone, feeling unwanted, but really choosing to be alone and really not wanting the love that's being offered to me. And I got the realization, season of realization right now, in my journey book, that I didn't want to be loved, quote, loved codependently. And what that looked like for me, probably for not just me, is that in order to be loved, I had to please others. And the way I had to please others was to fulfill their codependent need of me. And that codependent need might be that I need to be strong so they can be weak, or that codependent need might be that I need to be weak so that they can be strong. I might need to need their help, and be needy so that they can be giving. I might need to be a misfit, so that they can feel good conforming. I might need whatever. I mean, look at all the archetypes, right? And whatever the weaknesses are, people needed me in this case, to fulfill that weakness, or that desire, or that way in which they are denying themselves and needing to be in relationship in a way that will fulfill that or fill that from the outside in wholeness of themselves, myself. I was doing the same thing, needing to please others so that I could be loved, but never necessarily getting to choose the relationships that I wanted to be in, only being in the relationships where I could please others with who I am in order to be loved. But over the years, it got like I didn't want to have to carry that, and I didn't know how not to carry that. And so I would pull away and want to disappear, because I could never, ever be enough to fulfill what somebody else wasn't giving themselves, to fulfill the compassion, to fulfill the optimism, to fulfill the support, to fulfill whatever it is that they're not giving themselves. I could never be enough. And that's where we feel like we're never enough. We all feel like we're never enough in certain ways, or many of us do, I guess, not all. But it's because we can't be passionate or compassionate enough for someone else, or passionate enough for someone else. And really, it's not about being passionate for someone else, right? It's about, in my case, being committed to myself. And so to give an example, to go back a little bit, I would choose to make myself alone, push away love, genuine love a lot of times too, because I didn't want to have to then be obligated and responsible for carrying whatever their wound was for them and fulfilling whatever ways they were empty themselves. And one of the earliest examples that I can remember of this was actually with my mom. And I was so fortunate about 4 years ago to get to have a conversation with her about this before the dementia really kicked in and she couldn't remember. But there was a Thanksgiving about probably 12 years ago, and we were all together with my dad's family up in the Northwest in Olympia, and my mom and dad were leaving, and my mom went around and hugged everyone before she left, but she didn't hug me. Now, interestingly enough, I was in my head with, I wonder if she hugs me. I wonder if she'll hug me because, she doesn't really love me, which was all my story. It was not my mom at all. And I made her accountable for it. One of my biggest regrets. But she left and she didn't hug me. And so I had a conversation with her about it, and I brought it up, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Kim, I remember that moment. I wanted to give you a hug, but I didn't think you wanted a hug from me." And subconsciously, I didn't. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was manifesting not getting a hug. I was fulfilling my own self-defeating prophecy of not being lovable and not being wanted and being alone, being the only one she didn't hug. I fulfilled that. I made that happen. I pushed her away. And so the interesting thing about this moon cycle is that we get to really shift that direction. I get to really shift that direction for myself. We all do in our own ways. And that direction shift comes when I get to be committed to myself, not having to, because I never could, none of us ever can, fill the emptiness of somebody else, and actually begin to attract again, to be able to attract from a place of being committed to myself rather than attract from needing to fill other people's emptiness in order to be loved myself. And this year, in the work that I'm doing in the last week to create this new journey book, I've been diving in even deeper to understand these archetypes and what they are specifically for us at each moon cycle. And the love that I get to liberate is that I get to become magnetic again. Now, I don't know if you can tell in this video, but people who know me, I have a lot of energy. I'm really passionate. I get really excited, and that can be super inspiring. And I can tend to be a little magnetic in that way, magnanimous, magnetic. And so I'm understanding that that is the love that I get to bring to life for myself and to the world this year. And I get to attract relationships with the people, surroundings, and work that I love when I'm being committed to myself. So woohoo, huh? Sounds pretty dang good to me. So that is me with my big realization closing out this year of the 2022 journey. And I hope in some way it inspires you to look at yourself and see yourself and see the ways that you resist the love that's in the world, and how you can open up and bring that love to yourself in a way that allows you to bring it out into the world in the big way. And watch for the journey book that's coming, because oh boy, you're going to have an opportunity to see yourself in really, really clear ways in this way too. And I'm really excited to be able to share it. So sending big love out to all of you. Mwah. And see you in the new year. Starts November 23rd, the first moon cycle of the 2023 journey. All right. Ciao for now.